Finding the GCD of two or more numbers in Python using the Math module. The Math module provides access to mathematical functions defined by the C standard. To use the Math module, you have to import it. You can do that by typing in import math. Let's ask the user for two numbers. Let's name the first variable number 1 and the second one number 2. Let's set them equal to two sets of parentheses. In the first set of parentheses, I'm going to write input because we want the user to input their numbers. And before that, we have to write int, which is integer for short in Python. So if the user enters a string or any letters which are not numbers, it'll return an error. So that's why we have to put int in front of input. And in the second pair of parentheses, we're going to write quotes. And inside of the quotes, we're going to write enter our prompt, which is enter your first number. And in the second one, I'm going to write enter your second number. Okay. Now we have to use the Math module to find the GCD, which can be done in one line of code. Here let's create a variable called GCD. And let's set that equal to math.gcd in parentheses number 1, comma number 2. Here the variable GCD stores the greatest common divisor of number 1 and number 2. Here we're using the Math module, which we imported. GCD is a function from the module. And here GCD takes more than one parameter. So there should be more than one number to find the GCD. Here we put the numbers that the user inputs. And so the GCD of number 1 and number 2 is stored in the variable GCD. Lastly, we have to print out the greatest common divisor by typing in print GCD. Let's run the program. Here, enter your first number, 12. Enter your second number, 28. Here it gives us 4 because the greatest common divisor, or the greatest number which divides into 12 and 28 is 4. Let's run this program again and type in some bigger numbers like 100 and 150. Here it gave us 50 because 50 is the greatest number which goes into both 100 and 150 without any remainders. Let's see what happens if we enter some prime numbers like 3 and 5. Here it will give us 1 because 1 is the greatest number which goes in both 3 and 5. This is how you can use the Math module to make a GCD program in Python.